Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Untethered Living. In today's segment, we revisit 2 weeks prior to my trip with my dad that you saw last week. I did a test run and I took the van up. This was like my first night sleeping in it. I took it up to the north shore of Lake Superior in Minnesota and had a good time. But as you can see, I encountered some inclement weather on the way up. Friends, the battens have been hatched, or the hatches have been battened, and we're about to go fuel up and set sail for, yes, the maiden voyage. Not necessarily the maiden voyage, just a first test run. Headed up a few hours north of the city in which I live into a very nice state park. And just gonna spend the night. Just a one-day trip, spend the night, and see what I think of the van. It was, I wanted to be gone like nearly 2 hours ago, but it was just a fight and a struggle. I even got an earlier start than I wanted to in terms of trying to prepare for leaving. I should have done this days in advance, but I just started only like a couple things last night, and then mostly today, putting things together for the trip. So I'm sure I'm forgetting something. I'll get a few hours away and be like, I forgot that thing or whatever that thing is. But whatever. I just gotta go. I'll write it down, and next time I won't forget it. Hey friends, made it to the camping spot, and it's dark out here. I think this is the first time I've ever arrived in the dark. I usually, when I go to a camping spot, I get there usually in the morning, on an off day, not on a weekend or anything like that. And, right when the park opens up, I'm there getting set up, getting familiar with my surroundings and everything. But I pulled in here, was fortunate I could see the sign of the campsite that I'm actually parked at, and got in, just got settled in, just realizing how tight the space is here. I got two big duffel bags. Let me show you. I got a duffel bag here, and I got a big duffel bag right here, and I got a cooler, but I really don't need it, because I brought dry food, but I guess I got it just in case. Not very sustainable. It's styrofoam, but I thought I was going to grab some things on the way up, but I didn't, and it's just sitting with ice in it, so it's fine. I was going to bring eggs. I forgot my eggs, so I stopped at REI on the way here, and I actually got to pick up, this is a new tripod I'm working with here. I actually got to pick up some basically some dehydrated or dry eggs that I'll have tomorrow. And I did bring, I hope I remembered. I think I brought my pancake mix. Trying something new. And oh my God, if I left it, where did I put it? Got the trusty toilet paper for those times when I need to, when nature calls. Yes. So I'm trying this for the first time. This is a Birch Benders. It's a keto pancake mix, and all it needs is just water and the mix. I wanted to pre-mix it and put it in like a mason jar before I came, but I just didn't have time. Today just got the day just got out of hand, and time just started to fly once I started getting prepared to get on the road, and I just started remembering things that I wanted to do, and just I couldn't do them. So I'll just mix this up in the morning. So yeah, this is my sleeping bag. This is how I store it. It has a compression bag. From my understanding is you shouldn't leave sleeping bags in compression bags for an extended period of time. So this is actually my laundry bag that I put my sleeping bag in when I store it at home. This is only rated for, I think 15. Is it 15 or 30? I think it's a 15-degree bag. I got this, ordered it online. It's a little small for me. I could sleep in it, but it's tight. No moving around in there. It's really tight. So I think I'm actually going to go to a quilt system, but that's just down the road. Maybe a couple months I'll do that. Pretty much spent a good portion of my money trying to get this build finished up here. So just right now is recovery, and also got a trip coming up with my dad in a couple weeks here, and that's a good chunk of change that's coming out of my pocket too. So yeah, and I haven't even figured out the logistics of that trip. I'm just still in the works of doing that. It's amazing how much it takes to plan everything out in terms of the things we want to see, and where we want to stay, those kind of things. Definitely if it were a bigger van and I had like a separate space to sleep, definitely could do the whole trip in my van. But as you see, it's a tiny spot here. So my dad and I, not going to get that cozy. It's my dad. So we'll probably, I was looking at renting an RV, thought I could do it. And just the mileage that they charge you and the mileage that we need to cover is, 2 to 3 times more than it costs to rent the actual RV. So that's off the book unless a miracle happens between now and then. So we're just going to drive across the country in this and stop at hotels along the way and make it happen. I think it's like 7:45, 8 p.m. Probably too late for me to eat. I don't want to do that. So just going to muscle through it and have a good breakfast in the morning. Okay, one final thing before I hit the sack. Actually getting ready now. So finally got everything spread out. Actually, let me show you my laptop, which I'm actually, as you can see, getting ready to have some instruction on how to set up my Chinese diesel heater. Since I've tested it and it's like bumped out to its highest capacity, and I can only keep that thing on for 15 minutes before I'm like, all right, turn that thing off. It's actually pretty comfortable in here. I've been in here for a couple hours now, and the residual heat from driving up to the campsite here has been pretty good. It's getting a little cool in here, a little chilly. I don't want to wake up a few hours from now and be freezing my butt off. This is I set up the bed, so I didn't pull it out all the way, so I just put the backing on the floor, and I'm just going to try and sleep just on the regular bench part. I'm not going to pull the bed out this time. So I've got my Marmot 15-degree bag. It's not too bad. I'd probably be fine in this without turning on my diesel heater, but I don't know if it's going to drop down below the 30s tonight. I discovered this when I had my first bag. It was a 30-degree bag, and actually came up to this campsite. That was about 4 years ago. And I knew it was in the 30s, and I thought, okay, I've got a 30-degree bag. It's rated for 30 degrees. That should be good. No. A 30-degree bag, or this bag, in this case, a 15-degree bag, you can survive 15 degrees in a 15-degree bag, but you won't be very comfortable. That is just kind of a guideline. It's not that, okay, I've got a 15-degree bag, I'll be comfortable in 15 degrees. No, you'll survive, but you'll be very uncomfortable. So when I had my 30-degree bag several years ago, when I was up at the campsite here, it dipped into the high 20s that night, and I was freezing my butt off. But I survived the night. I'm beat. It's like 10 o'clock now. Time has just been flying. I'm actually enjoying this, being in my van and testing it out. I think I like this. The only thing is, it's a little cramped, micro camper. Don't have a lot of space, so I've got to be very efficient with how I do things. And that for me is going to be a learning process. And I'm ready to start learning. Anyway, good night, folks. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Wow. That was interesting. I turned in about 10:30, quarter to 11 o'clock last night, and rough sleep, not because it's cold, it's just different environment. This mattress is soft, but yet it's firmer than, it's really firm. So it's just taking a little bit getting used to, different environment, being in the van. Woke up a couple times. I really didn't have to, but it did make it a little bit more comfortable. I woke up about 2 times in the middle of the night to turn the heat on, then turn it back off. Got the remote working for the heater. I don't know if you can hear it. It's working now. I clicked it on at about 6:30 this morning and went back to sleep. But it makes it so convenient in the middle of the night. I had set it up to come on automatically. I'm trying to work on programming it last night, and the connection for powering the system in here is kind of loose. So just as I was going to bed, it kind of popped out a little bit. So everything I programmed into the diesel heater controller went out. So I just settled for, if I got cold, wake up in the middle of the night, turn this on. But like I said, I didn't have to really turn it on. It was cold in here, but this 15-degree bag did a pretty good job. And then I also had a little wool blanket on top for a portion of the night too as well, but I really didn't need that either. It was, it's probably like I'd say maybe about 22, 23 degrees Fahrenheit in here, Celsius. Yeah, I need my coffee. Now I'm up and gonna start moseying around, get situated. Yeah, and get the day going. Make some breakfast. It's curious to see what's going on outside there. All right. I'm up. I want some coffee. At home, I have an espresso machine. Just pop a pot in. Steam up my milk, pour everything in. I've got to manually make some coffee. yeah. It's cozy in here. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. Oh, yeah. What the? There's nobody here. I don't know how I turned this on. I don't even know if you're seeing that. Somehow I got this sticker on there and it just randomly appears. What's going on here? I think it's gone. All right, so I'm gonna start making some breakfast here. It is early in the morning. It's not early in the morning. I don't even know what time it is. It's sometime in the morning here in the upper shores of Lake Superior, and see what I can do in terms of making. It's back. How do I shut this off? What the heck? Okay, I can't have that. Let me shut this off.